Hey dudes, what's good? My name is WMG and welcome to Nano Reefing. So today I was checking out my aquarium and I was thinking, oh my god, this thing needs some TLC. Now it's been about a week and a half or maybe 2 weeks since the last time I did my maintenance. So I thought that today with you guys I would show you how I do my maintenance. So let's get started. Usually I like to do my maintenance at night. I don't know if that's any good or not, but the reason I do it is because all the polyps are already contracted, um, and everything is hiding already. Everything is kind of like more or less dormant. So I find it like I don't know. I think that um, they're less stressed while I'm doing the maintenance at night. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments below if I'm totally wrong or not. Anyway, so I like to do it at night, and I think I think my light should be turning off at about 10:15 ish. So it should be turning off right about now. Oh, like a boss. That's right. All right, so now that it's dark, I'll probably turn on the lights again just so you guys can see. But um, for now, well, let me check out what the actinics look like. I've heard before that the cameras really actually don't do the actinics any justice, which it looks like those people are absolutely right. This does not. I'm using a camcorder, which is not the greatest thing, but it really doesn't do it any justice. Like, this does not look like the tank at all. At the end of this video, I'll probably take a few shots on my camera and try to put those at the end of the video just so you can actually see what the tank looks like with a decent camera. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do is go down to the sump and turn off some stuff. The camera right there. Here. I don't know if you can see, but I've labeled all of my wires, my octopus of wires here, with these little bread clip things that you get in the packaging of bread. So I'll turn off my return pump, my return pump, my protein skimmer, my heater, and my auto top off, which I have all in one port here. So I'm just gonna flip the switch to turn everything off. Okay, that ought to do it. And then my auto top off is on another plug, so all I'm going to do for this guy here is just flip this master switch. And that's it, it's off. Easy as that. So I know that some people don't actually like to do this at night just so they can get everything with a clear view of everything. But actually, I would probably suggest doing this at night because you can actually see like the stuff that's coming out at night. Usually the bad stuff happens at night. So that's another reason for me doing this at night. So I'm going to grab my tube here, which I've clipped. And I'm going to use this to suck out the water out of the first and third compartment of the sump in just a second. First, I'm going to take off my my carbon/GFO reactor. And remove the entire pump with it so I can clean that out and make sure I'm still getting good flow. The next thing I'll do is I'll take you to the back of the tank where I've drilled my overflow and return lines. And on my return line here, I've got this valve here that I'll switch off, just so that not a whole lot of water drains from the tank. Alright. And I've kind of built everything modularly, as in the return. So all I really actually have to do is unplug my return from the one-way valve right there. And then all I gotta do is just take the whole return unit out. I try to do this in a way that that my maintenance would be really easy. And frankly, when you have a nano reef and everything is so cramped, it helps to have everything modular. So, and as probably many of you know, when you have nano reefs, you have to use a lot smaller pumps, obviously, and they tend to clog a lot faster. So to keep your flow high, and since I use a return for my flow, which you shouldn't do, but again, in a nano reef, you don't really have a choice. So I use a smaller pump, which clogs faster, which means you have to clean it more often. So next here, I will take off my skimmer cup, which again, I'm using the Aqua Euro. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt to get the cup out. You just have to kind of wiggle it out. I'm sorry, my arms are in the way here, but okay. It wasn't that difficult, but I might come up with a way later of how to do it. So there's a skim mate. I like it. I mean, that's only like 3 days of skimming, so a little bit too much water for my liking, but yeah, everything helps. It's doing well. I'm impressed with it. So next, I'll take my handy dandy tube here, right, and I'll just suck out the water from for the third chamber first. I'll wiggle it around a little bit just to get as much detritus out of it as possible. In the first chamber, I do run a very tiny little pump just to get, just so that the detritus won't settle as much as possible. And after that, I'll do it for the left side, or the first chamber. Now, since I have a nano reef, and it was such a small nano reef, sucking out just this much from the first and third chamber is actually enough to do my entire water change. I mean, this might be like 25 to 30% of the water, of the total water volume in my system. So, I mean, maybe it's a tiny bit over what you should do, but I think it's just right. It's not bad. And almost done. Okay. And I'll just clip up my tube back up and put it away. And then here's all the stuff that I need to clean. That'd be my carbon reactor, return pump, and protein skimmer. Well, the collection cup at least. And bam, it's done. Wow, that was quick. So, now that everything is clean, I will just carefully put one thing back at a time, starting with the return pump, and then we'll switch everything back on and see what happens. There'll probably be a lot of detritus and debris floating around for a while, so usually what I recommend then is to take like an old sock or maybe a filter sock that you have. I don't have a filter sock, so I get a tiny little sock that I'm going to throw away, and then just tie it at the end of my input into the sump, or out of the end of the return pipe, and then that'll collect any debris that's going into the tank. So I just put in the return pump, which was super fast because again it's modular, and then I'll put my carbon reactor in. Bam, all done. And then I'll put my my collection cup back onto the skimmer. Yeah, no problem. I like to have my my salt all mixed and ready to go already, and I put it into this new gas little tank thing that I picked up at the hardware store, and I'll just fill it up here. And then I'll put a little bit extra because there's some drainage from the main display. And then that ought to do it. I ought to take some Cheeto out and give it to my friend because that's going too much. And then I'll just flip the switch for everything to come back online. And that's it. There's the heater resetting itself. And you can see the carbon reactor just started up. And now I'll just go ahead and clean the glass, and I'll see you right after that. So here we are back in the main display, and as you can tell, it's a little bit foggy. Of the glass is clean. That would be the detritus that's floating around that came out of the sump. So, like I told you, I did before, take a little sock or a filter sock, put it at the end of the return line, and just collect that and wash it out. Next, I'll take you to the next part of my maintenance, which is kelp watering. So we're over here at my kelp water station, and basically what I'll do here is it's got a little spigot so that I can get the saturated lime water. So what I'll do here is I'll take the top off and then mix up my solution into a cloudy, milky looking thing, and then as soon as it settles and becomes clear and then get that little film at the top of the water, I'll just use a spigot thing to suck out all the concentrated lime water and then dose that into my auto top off system. So just fill it up here with RODI water that I get from the grocery store. And then I'll dose with the Reef water. Now I do have a lot of coral, so I'm going to put about 3 teaspoons into this, so about 2.5-ish, just for good measure. You got to be careful with this; it can drive your pH up a lot, but I'm having a little problem with my pH where it's actually fairly low, so I wouldn't mind if it drives my pH a little bit higher. Okay, and then I'll mix it up into a cloudy looking milk. So here's the cloudy stuff after mixing it with this cake spread thing that I got from the dollar store. And then I'll let that sit overnight, and that milky, undissolvable stuff should gather at the bottom, and the clear should be in the middle, and then I'll have that film at the top here. And then I'll be able to suck out the clear solution using the spigot, because it'll be just above the undissolvable at the bottom. So I'll put that down. And then I'll see you in the morning where everything comes out and that this stuff is clear. So I'll see you guys in the morning, I guess. Hey, good morning, guys. So we're back here, and you can see that the tank looks a lot better and everything looks clean and sparkly. The first thing you probably notice is, hey, why is there another rack on the left side? Well, I went to a friend of mine last night, and I helped him set up a tank, and he's getting a lot of algae bloom and stuff going on there. So while I help him out with that, I took a few of his corals to try to revive them. I don't know, the lights are kind of reflecting a lot of white back at you, but there's some zoanthids. I cut them in half into 2 plugs just to double the chances of survival. Although they haven't come out yet, so I don't know if they're actually going to survive. And then there's a little frog spawn, which I couldn't see in his tank, but when I took it off of his tank, it was, I don't know if you can see it, but there was exposed bone. So I don't know if it'll pull through from that. I hope I didn't finish killing it with the stress of moving, but I'm pretty sure it was going to die because of the loss of skin on that bony part. So hopefully it bounces back. We'll see what happens. There's the other zoanthid that hasn't come out yet. I've killed some zoanthids before, and you can tell that when they start shriveling up. There's my clownfish. It seems like he hosted a bunch of zoas that I have back there. He's bothering the crap out of it. And I'll get back to the maintenance in just a second. Hold tight. So here's my freshwater RODI reservoir, which is actually just another small gas tank that I got from the store. And I have a line going down to the bottom of it where I suck out the water. I do leave a little room at the bottom in case I get any of the that undissolvable kelp water at the bottom, just to make sure I don't get that into the tank. So now I'll just take my bucket here and fill it up with RDI. I find this an easier way than to do it, than to try to pour it out into it. I used to use a normal container, a normal mixing container, but it was hard to pour it out without getting the undissolvables inside of it. So I think this is a better way to do it. And after that, I'll take my reservoir here and just stick it back under the tank with the line in it. And that's done. So let's go back to the main display. And as you can see, everything looks much better now. So thank you guys so much for watching. That's about all the time that I have for this video. Please rate, subscribe, and comment. Really do comment, please. I did see that I have another subscriber. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Please do leave me ideas to do for the next video. I'll try to get everything in. And any DIY ideas you guys have, please shoot them my way, because I'll try to do my best to do them. Hopefully soon I'll be able to shoot a video for the DIY auto top-off system, since I see a lot of people trying to attempt that on YouTube. Hopefully I can show you a way that's reliable and safe at the same time. So thank you so much for watching again, and don't forget to wait up for the next video, guys. See you then.